Easily find, book, and manage your travel nursing assignments with the AMN Passport app. Download today. What do you think are like some of the biggest pitfalls for nurses, more specifically travel nurses, when they're like all of a sudden they have, they're making all this money? Like, where do you think we go wrong when in terms of managing our wealth?
I think the biggest thing, and it's something that I even, like I mentioned, I struggle with myself, was in the beginning, you're making more. You maybe go from when you were making, 14, 1500 every 2 weeks, or,
Yeah.
2000 every 2 weeks. And then you're making that every week.
Yeah.
And, if you're not kind of managing your budget and kind of being
Hmm.
intentional with where you're putting that money, it could easily you'll end up with nothing at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And honestly, somebody I was helping recently, they, were super excited. They got this new high paying contract. I helped them, take their first contract. And sure enough, we had a little lapse of communication, and I ended up kind of picking it back up with them. And, they said they had spent, everything that they made. And, it was around 10,000 for, 1 month.
Man.
But it was a valuable lesson. And, then we kind of went back through and helped create a budget. But just as an example, just
Yeah.
how quickly we could make it and then spend it. So I think
Yeah.
kind of avoiding that lifestyle creep, or at least, monitoring it and not
Sure.
letting it be 100% of your new income.
Yeah.
But finding that balance of, using some of it to enjoy and, adventure, enjoy this time of traveling.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
but, at another token is, just really using that money intentionally to like help better, your future. Because right now, some of the most valuable times is, during these traveling years, not taking for granted that maybe they won't be able to make that kind of income in the future. It's not always
Hmm.
guaranteed, but for right
Right.
now, they have that opportunity of, I don't know the average, travelers you normally travel, but, it's 3 to 5 years maybe
Right.
of where they're making really solid income from the travel nursing assignments,
Yeah.
and just using that intentionally. So I think that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing, is just like having a plan. Um,
Hmm.
you know, each contract you're taking, or every 3 6 months, kind of just following up on that plan and making sure you stay on track.
Sure. Yeah. When I traveled for 4 years and I paid off my loans. I mean, that was like, I didn't really know how to, I think retrospectively, I can't remember the guy. You probably know the guy that like essentially you just like dump your money into like a house mortgage or like, your loans, or I can't remember the guy that like says to do that, but I just dumped everything and I paid off my loans. I think I had like 30 grand in
Wow, that's
debt
amazing.
or something.
So
I think all overall it was like my car payment, and then I had like, yeah, like 25,000 at from JMU, and I just, you know,
so
that
you were
was the
really
most.
intentional. You were really intentional with it, and then now you don't have to worry about it anymore. So I mean,
Yeah.
you know, your goal was, paying off all your debt. Someone else's goal might be, hey, saving for a down payment for a house
Yeah.
or a
Right.
rental property. But, just being really intentional with it. So whatever your goal
Hmm.
is, everybody will have different goals, but I think just whatever your goals are, just being intentional with it. And
Yeah.
obviously, I think it's important too to, enjoy some of the money as well, because, we're
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
meant
Have
to,
fun, you're not going to travel
live
forever
life.
and
And yeah, but it's important just to kind of take care of your financial goals too, that once you get done with it and it's all said and done, that you actually gain something from it, like you
yeah.
paid off your debt. And you
Yeah.
know and that could really be for anyone too. They can make big impacts on their financial picture.